Hey bro, let me tell you a story. And this one is actually quite wholesome compared to my other stories. 1 month ago, I had just arrived at Pulau Ubin, which is like an offshore island in Singapore. And I was with a friend, someone I met recently. He was from Colombia, I think, and he was staying in Singapore for a few months. We had basically challenged ourselves to navigate to certain places in the island with only like a physical map and a compass. That's it, no Google Maps. But on top of that challenge, my friend proposed another one. He wanted us to start cold approaching random people we see on the island, which basically means we literally walk up to complete strangers and start conversations with them. And at first I was a bit hesitant, but then I realized I considered myself an extrovert at the time, so I was like, yeah, let's do this, bro. And what followed was one of the greatest days in my life. We literally went around and talked to every single person we saw. We talked to shopkeepers, locals, photographers. We met a tourist from Germany, another one from France, and some from Taiwan. Oh, and by the way, to my fellow Singaporeans, do you know that people actually live on the island? I didn't know that before. There's actually like a small community there. We were having like high quality, actual deep conversations with these adults who are like decades older than us. We were asking them about their day, about their lives, asking the shopkeepers how business was going. We were making like jokes and everyone was just smiling and laughing. It was just so wholesome. I remember this one time on that day, my friend literally walked up to a couple and dead ass, the first thing he said to them was, "Hey guys, do you know where I can party and meet girls in Singapore?" I freaking love that guy, man. And yeah, he was asking that as like, a joke. But imagine the sheer amount of social confidence you need to just walk up to two strangers and say something like that. And I was like freaking inspired by him doing that. So after a while, I also walked up to a shopkeeper, and within a few minutes, I was asking him about his goals and his aspirations in life. And he actually opened up to us a little. He told us that he wanted to start a business, become an entrepreneur, but he doesn't have any good ideas. And the conversation was just so wholesome and deep, and it ended with me literally telling him, "You're gonna be a future millionaire, bro." Damn. And after that trip to Pulau Ubin, me and my friend were just so goddamn proud of ourselves, and he said this phrase to me which basically encapsulated what we had achieved that day. He said, "Dude, we're basically friends with the entire island now." And I was like, fuck. We literally waltzed onto this island, started talking to basically every single person we saw. We had good laughs, deep conversations for half a day, and then we just left feeling like literal giga chats, bro. I'm telling you this story because in most first world countries in the modern day, especially students, people tend to be very socially anxious and kind of introverted. Many of us tend to stick to a single friend group, a certain clique, and not interact at all with anyone else, with the "you are with us or you are nothing" mentality. Many of us also tend to overthink both before and after a social experience about how the other person thought of us, or maybe we had certain negative or embarrassing social experiences in the past, which stops us from trying to interact with people again. In many societies, especially big cities like Singapore, it can literally be considered weird to walk up to a stranger and just say hi. I literally, bro, like I'm kind of an extrovert, and when I'm walking in the street and I try to make eye contact with people because I want to just, say hi, they literally like actively avoid my eye contact like this. And it's like bro, chill out. I'm not trying to sell you drugs or triangulate your IP address, bro. I just want to say hi. A lot of people, especially in places like Singapore, have this weird thing where we see a stranger walk across us on the street and we don't even see them as like human beings, but as like real life NPCs who we don't want to interact with. Which is actually so screwed up, right? Think about it. Humans are social creatures. We have literally dominated the earth for 300,000 years. We have become the superior race, the superior species, the apex predators through our social interactions, our communication, our building up of societies and communities and our tribes. And even to this day, I don't care if you're an introvert or an extrovert, you need social interaction, you need it to thrive, to survive. Because the world will constantly throw shit at you, and you need people you can depend on or who can help you with your problems or at least listen to you rant about them. There's literally a scientific study, like I heard this from somewhere, a study on Christians living longer and literally having more years on this earth. And no, it's not because of their faith in God or their religion. It's literally because once every week, they have to go to church and talk to people. The Christians who do not go to church, they don't get this benefit of longevity. Literally, think about it. These people get to live longer lives. Get to spend more time on this earth. Literally because they have just one more social interaction than the average human per week. So if you have social anxiety, keep watching. I'll teach you how to unlock the level of social confidence me and my friend had on that trip to Pulau Ubin. Strategy 1. Have a habit that makes you feel proud of yourself. And I mean, this could be any habit, but I'll tell you this one specific habit that worked very well for me. And it should work quite well for anyone else. Waking up an hour earlier to go for a run first thing in the morning. I remember there was like a week where I literally woke up at 5 a.m. every day. I changed my clothes. I put on my earphones, went outside. It was dark and cold. No one was there. I was listening to music like Embers by Owl City. And I literally just ran until I got tired. I was literally like pushing, fighting my body and mind to run that extra 100 meters. Another extra 100 meters. And I got sweaty as hell. And it was like a very disciplined, like painful workout. And when I go to school immediately after the run, I just feel like freaking amazing. You get this like immense sense of joy for some reason. You get this kind of like high, like if you're taking drugs or something. I don't take drugs. But I literally start to walk into my school with confidence. Like straight back, chest out from the school gate all the way to my class. And you also get this sense of like ego because you start to look around you and you see like tired, unhappy students who probably haven't even done anything productive by this time. And you've already gone for a run. How freaking disciplined is that? And you literally start to think to yourself, wow, I'm actually kind of better than these people. And I think that is just so good for your social confidence. Just like a massive boost for your confidence. If you think you have to sacrifice your sleep to do this run, then probably don't do it. Here's another habit that also boosted my confidence. Hitting the gym. More specifically, weightlifting. It is a very good confidence booster. Not because it requires a lot of discipline, but because of something else. Can you guess what it is? It's because of the pump. The pump is basically like when the brain starts to send more blood to the muscle that you are training, and it temporarily feels like bigger and harder. Okay, so it's basically like an erection for your muscles lah. I'm sorry, I just think like there's a very good analogy to describe it. And when you lift weights for the first time and you get this like pump, you should be getting it on the third or second set if you are doing the workout correctly. But when you get this pump for the first few times, it feels like you're the strongest person on the planet. It's absolutely amazing. Beautiful even. The feeling that you get from it. It's a huge, massive confidence boost. And also, if you know like some of your classmates hit the gym, just tell them like you're starting out at the gym. They'll instantly start to respect you and be cool with you. Like even if you haven't made any gains, if you only hit like one workout, because like gym bros are just tight like that. So here's your actionable step. Choose one of the two habits to implement into your schedule. Go for a run before school or hit the gym. If you are choosing the run, you can do it daily for like a week or a month or so. The confidence boost will be insane from just like a week or a month of doing it. Even if you miss like half of the days, like I'm gonna be honest, I missed half of the days myself when I was doing it. I mean, it's not freaking easy to wake up at 5 a.m. and force yourself to go for a run. Even if you miss like some days, the confidence boost, the benefits will still be absolutely incredible. If you are choosing to hit the gym and lift weights, you could make it a consistent daily or weekly habit for as long as you want, because bodybuilding, I think for boys especially, is a pretty good sport, I would say. Now, what if you don't have time? What if it's too difficult? What if you don't have the discipline to do it? Honestly, it's up to you whether you want to do it. It's up to you whether you want to do these actionable steps or not. My job is to just tell you, okay, if you do these things, your social confidence will skyrocket. But it's up to you to decide whether you want to be more socially confident or not. It's your choice whether you want to be that weirdo in class who doesn't talk to anyone, who probably has shit mental health, who looks over at the popular kids feeling jealous about how loud and confident and charismatic they are when they speak. And if you're one of these people, you probably feel like kind of pissed off about those popular kids, right? It's your choice, bro. You want to do something enough, you'll always make time for it. Strategy 2. Start saying hi to strangers. I want you to imagine you were a caveman from a few million years ago, and you are with your tribe, like this group of other cavemen who are very close to you and you depend on each other for survival. You work together to hunt and gather so that you can live. Your brain knows very well that anyone inside of your own tribe is a friend and not a foe. But one day, let's say, you go out to hunt for food in the forest and you are separated from your tribe. And in the distance you see another human person who is not from your tribe. You are unable to recognize him. He is a stranger. He sees you, and the two of you make eye contact. Immediately you recognize, your caveman brain recognize each other not as friends, but as enemies. What do you think happens next? Within the next few minutes, either one of you is dead or badly injured, or one of you manages to escape. Now, let me tell you something quite interesting. Our brains in the modern day, like right now, are actually not so different than in our caveman days. A lot of the neural circuits or whatever still work the same way. Of course, you now have a more logical aspect of your brain, but your caveman brain is still there and it has a lot of control over what you do. And it is not adapted well to the modern environment at all. If you look into neurobiology or psychology, you start to realize that a lot of psychological problems, mental health problems, just arise from the caveman part of our brain not being suited to the modern world. People get addicted to social media because the caveman brain is easily stimulated as a survival instinct. traumatic reactions like trauma, the scars left by trauma, is also supposed to be a survival instinct by the caveman brain, but in the modern day it's just completely useless and even harmful. And you know what else is a survival instinct of your caveman brain? When you see any living thing, human or animal, your caveman brain's reaction is to try to decide, in a matter of milliseconds, whether that human or animal is a friend or a foe. Because if it's a foe, you will need those milliseconds of time to escape or plan to fight back. So, in the modern day, when you're with your group of friends, your caveman brain immediately identifies them as, okay, they are friends, and your body is allowed to relax. And when you see someone you don't really have a good relationship or maybe you even hate, your caveman brain immediately identifies them as an enemy, a foe, and then you try to avoid them. But what if you meet a stranger? Someone who is neither friend nor foe? From the story above I told you, if you were to meet a stranger millions of years ago, you two would have probably fought or ran away from each other. But in the modern day, obviously, you don't fight people or run away from them for no reason. The more logical part of your brain knows that's just not rational. But the caveman brain, it is not used to seeing strangers and being comfortable around them. It's used to identifying things as good or bad. It's not used to these people, these strangers who are neither good or bad, but kind of neutral. And I mean, I'm not a psychologist or anything, so please correct me if you have any knowledge in this area. But I'm pretty sure this is the reason for social anxiety in the modern day. There's literally a part of your brain far below the conscious, more logical mind that literally cannot decide if that guy on the street or that bus driver or that student you see at school is a friend or an enemy. And this is despite your logical mind knowing, yeah, they're probably not gonna try to kill me, obviously. I mean, unless you live in somewhere dangerous, I don't know, Manchester or something. So, what's the solution to this? Now that we know the root cause of the problem that causes social anxiety, the solution is basically to allow our caveman brain to immediately identify strangers as friends so that it can just relax and be less socially anxious. And we can do this through friendly gestures. If you smile, say something nice, or just nod at some stranger you see on the street, and they smile at you or nod back at you, then your caveman brain will immediately be able to identify as, okay, they are a friend, they're not trying to kill me. And you'll actually be allowed to relax around these people. I mean, not only that, but you also make someone else's day with a friendly gesture. So, the next time you go to the gym, why not just compliment someone there? Say, you're looking big, bro, you're working hard, I'm impressed. The next time you take the bus, why not just smile and say thank you to the bus driver? Why not say, I appreciate your hard work to the cashier or the waiter or something? When you're walking on the street or in your school, why not try to make eye contact with a stranger and just nod or wish them a good day? Not only will this slowly make you less socially anxious, not only will it make someone else's day, but you can imagine the insane mental health benefits you get from doing this. I personally do these things, and every time I push past my fear or anxiety to compliment or greet a stranger, it feels amazing. You get the dopamine boost because you did something kind of uncomfortable. You stepped out of your comfort zone. And then after that, you're just able to chill and not have that weird thing where you don't see other human beings as human beings. And your caveman brain is literally using up your mental resources to make you more anxious. Imagine the compounded, exponential benefits this will have on your mental health, which in turn benefits your grades, your social life, basically every single endeavor you pursue you will get better at it if you have better mental health. Like, honestly, if you want to take this advice, I'm like kind of excited for you right now. And you should be excited too, because this stuff really does compound over time. I'm like excited to think about where you will be in life 1 year, 5 years, 10 years from now, just because you did this one simple habit every single day. You could literally visualize yourself becoming a more confident, compassionate, successful person, being able to make real friends and having amazing mental health just from doing this one simple habit every day. So here's your actionable step. Try to identify a certain place where you know you will be in every day because of your routine. This could be like the bus, the train, the gym, your school, the martial arts club you attend every week, or any place that you know you will visit almost every day. And then make it a daily habit to go up to someone you don't know very well in that specific place and just say a compliment. Like, I really like your hair or how you dress, or just a simple greeting like, good morning, I hope you're having a good day. Or if you're like really socially anxious, you can just make eye contact, smile, just nod at them. Once you become more comfortable doing this at one place, you can start doing it whenever you find yourself surrounded by strangers, like on the bus, on the street, or in your school. And I really want you to push yourself to do it. Remember, the compound effect, the benefits do really increase exponentially over time. One last very, very important thing. Keep trying. Never give up, no matter what. Let me tell you another story. This is from, I think, a year ago, where I started to do like the actionable steps I outlined in this video, where I basically started going around greeting random strangers in my school. There was this one day, I was walking to the front gates of my school. I had just stayed back in my school for some extracurricular activities, CCAs, and I saw this one guy who was also heading to the school gate. So I decided to just go up to him and say, "Hi, how's your day?" And then he turned around. He looked at me very weirdly and was like, okay, hi. And then he just walked off immediately. The next morning, like before school actually started, I was going around different classrooms because I was looking for a friend, I think. And then I entered this one classroom and I saw the same guy from yesterday. He saw me and then he pointed at me and shouted to his entire class, "Hey, this is the weirdo I saw yesterday." And basically he tried to embarrass me in front of his entire class. Was I disappointed? Was I sad? Yeah. Was my day ruined? Kind of. But did this one negative experience stop me from talking to more people? Fuck no. In fact, in a weird way, I wouldn't be talking to you right now in this video if I had let that one experience turn me into a recluse who didn't want to talk to anyone, because I wouldn't even have had the confidence to make this YouTube channel. So I'm telling you right now as a warning, there will be people like that who will not take kindly to your friendly gestures, and it's not really their fault either. They were probably having a bad day, or they somehow misunderstood what you were doing. And I'm telling you this because I had that one negative experience after like dozens of positive experiences from talking to strangers. So there's a chance that your first experience is not going to be a positive one, and might actually be a negative one like the one I just talked about. So if that happens, do not be discouraged. It took Thomas Edison 1,000 fucking tries to invent the light bulb, and you're just gonna give up after one try? No, right? Once again, it is your choice. Whether you want to be that guy in class with no friends that no one wants to talk to because they have this impression of you that they are better off avoiding you because we don't talk to anyone in the first place. Or you can choose to be that guy that everyone likes, everyone respects, someone who is confident in everything they do, who is smiling more often than they are not, who goes around greeting everyone they see, saying, "Good day." I hope you found this video helpful. Please give me any criticism or feedback in the comments. And I wish you a good day.